Round one. Fight!
Hello, this is Paul from Play Magazine.
And this is Luke.
And in this video we're going to be taking a look at some of our most anticipated games of 2016. The one we're going to start off with is one I know you've been looking forward to for quite some time, which is Street Fighter V.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. This is the big one. I've been looking forward to this since it was announced, basically. Since before it was announced. Like, there's a lot of stuff in 4 that I didn't really like. Especially as it evolved into like Super and then Ultra. But everything I've seen and played of 5 kind of fixes it for me. It's a much quicker game now. It's much more aggressive. It's much more interesting to watch. It just seems like the game I wanted 4 to be. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, having had some chance to play it myself as well, you know, with betas and so on and so forth, I'm actually really looking forward to it now as well, which I'm not generally into fighters, but it's been pretty cool.
You're back. We've roped you in.
Yeah, he roped me in. The next one we've got is Uncharted 4, which is not really a surprise to be on this list.
What's that? What is it?
It's a little indie game made by one of those small developers that Sony always gets on board.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but we've obviously had a chance to play the multiplayer, but I think single player is really what we're...
That's the main attraction, isn't it? Like, as good as the multiplayer is and can be in Uncharted games, that's not the main reason to play it. I mean, it might change now because obviously The Last of Us multiplayer was surprisingly tight and hit a lot of traction. Still a lot of people playing it today. But no, we all want to see what's going to happen. We want to see Drake die. Yeah. That's going to happen, right?
Yeah, it's got it. Yeah, the sort of the way they're talking about it, hinting about it being the end and hinting that there can't be a sequel. I mean, that does
There's only one way that can pan out.
Yeah, but I'm hoping...
There can't be a sequel. Drake's lost his gun.
Yeah.
He had it just now. I don't know where he's left it. Like...
Yeah, but I mean, given the track record of the last three games, then you'd think it's going to be a pretty good conclusion. So
you'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Got him!
Next up is Dark Souls 3, which I'm quite interested in seeing where this goes, because obviously Bloodborne came out, got a lot of attention from a lot of people that probably might not necessarily be into the Souls games before. So I think there's going to be quite a large influx of players based on that. It's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, to me it looks like it's still more Dark Souls than Bloodborne, but it looks like it's got a bit of Bloodborne.
It is called Dark Souls.
Yeah. What I was getting at though is it does look like it's got a bit of a Bloodborne influence.
It does, yeah. I mean, I played it a little bit and it's definitely a quicker, more aggressive game. It doesn't feel like Bloodborne. It feels more like a traditional Souls game, which is what you were getting at before I was so very, very rude. But no, what I've played is great. All the influence from Bloodborne is good as well. Like, it's shaping up very nicely for me. With hair like that, it can only be Final Fantasy. This is Final Fantasy 15, due out later this year. We had a brief chance to play the episode Dusky demo last year. And while clearly not finished and not in any way representative of the final game, because it didn't even have magic and they've changed up all the systems since then, it was quite good.
Yeah.
It definitely looked great. I know a lot of people aren't on board with the you play as Noctis and nobody else forever angle.
No, I'm not on board with that, and I don't like the fact that it's more that you've just got this little boy band of you, and everyone looks the same, and they're all wearing like black shirt, black trousers. It's just a bit dull in a series where you're used to having loads of really diverse and colourful characters. But the world looks really cool. Some of the locations they've shown off that weren't in the demo, so I'm still definitely looking forward to playing it.
Yeah, it should be an interesting road trip.
It's happened again.
This one might be the game I'm looking forward to most in 2016, which is Dishonored 2.
Really?
Yes, I'm looking forward to loads because the first Dishonored was incredible.
I never finished it. I got right to the end and I kind of wore myself out on it, I think.
Well, for me, it's a game that really pays attention to giving you choice in like a meaningful way, not in terms of like press X to do this or press square to do this, but it gives you a load of tools and designs its levels in such a way that you really get a sense of taking it on your own style and your own approach. And when you find things, it feels more like you're finding them because of the way the levels are designed to. It's not like a linear path. And obviously with Blink, which is one of the coolest powers ever, there's loads of potential to, you know, blink up to higher levels, and it gives it a vertical feel, which is really, really cool.
Well done on avoiding saying verticality there, by the way.
Yeah, I almost did, but I pulled away from that one.
You did well. You did
so,
well. But that variety should be like improved even more in this one. Now you've got the two characters with different skill pools as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they do some really cool stuff with environmental storytelling and world building as well. So yeah, really looking forward to this one.
This isn't a social call, Rucker. I'm here to take you in.
Now, I know I just said how much I'm looking forward to Dishonored 2, but this game might be challenging it in terms of my most anticipated.
You've changed your mind already, basically.
Basically, yeah. So I really like the original Deus Ex, and I thought that the reboot did a really good job in terms of keeping the core of what Deus Ex was. So looking forward to the sequel because, again, like with Dishonored, this is another game I think that values choice and giving you your own way to play, which is something I really like. Just stuff like being able to focus on upgrading your character's speech abilities, and then that could open up a whole new line that nobody else will see because they haven't got that ability, and I just thought that was really cool. Plus all the hacking stuff. I love all that stuff, like being able to hack into systems, and the hacking minigame is actually all right as far as hacking minigames go.
Yeah.
So I'm sure hacking 2.0 will be even better.
Hooray! Also, you really like hexagons, don't you? So.
Yeah, hexagons too. So yeah, it'll be good.
Ideas. Then help me find them.
There's the herd. Finally.
There are graphics. It's definitely a Guerrilla Games game.
It's not Killzone though.
No, it's not Killzone. Or if it is, Killzone's changed a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
And now involves shooting dinosaurs with bows. This is Horizon Zero Dawn, Guerrilla's new game. Which seems to take a little bit from Monster Hunter in terms of its kind of approach, a little bit of Souls love in there, a little bit of Enslaved in its setup, I guess, the kind of reclaimed land that these big robo dinosaurs have taken as their own for some reason. This looks great. This is one of my hot picks for this year for sure. Like, and not just because I'm crazy about Monster Hunter, like
mainly
just
because of that.
Partly because of that, but I mean, look at it. Like the design here is ridiculous. Like every little stick and cog on that dinosaur is there and works and is relevant on a gameplay level as well. Like if you jam something into its leg bit, that's the scientific term. The dinosaurs had leg bits. You can hinder its movement. If you break off bits of it, you can use them as weapons, that kind of stuff. Like everything you do and break has a real meaning behind it, which is really cool for me.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be cool to see what Guerrilla can do outside of making Killzone games.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so today, why don't we show a glimpse of how the new Zelda game is shaping up?
Sure.
It's another Zelda game. Who knew, right?
Well, I don't know whether this is coming out for Wii U or for some other announced console.
We're in Twiglet Princess territory all over again, aren't we? Like, it looks set to launch kind of at the end of the Wii U's life and potentially even early in NX's life if rumours are to believe, and that's going to hit later this year. Either way, I think Nintendo fans are going crazy about this with good reason. The open world stuff looks great. It's basically a more playful kind of Witcher, isn't it? Like,
yeah, I think it's going to be perhaps quite a change for Zelda in terms of like the size of it. I mean, I'm sure the core will still be the same as Zelda always was, but obviously it's been in development for a long time, so you'd have to think that a lot of work's going into it, so hopefully it's going to be good. And hopefully that whole Wii U NX thing doesn't have a negative impact on it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the interesting thing for me, I think, is how that open world setup is going to change the usual Zelda formula of go to Dungeon 1, get Boomerang, use Boomerang to reach Dungeon 2. Like, that could be a really big change for it. Like, Wind Waker did it a little bit in terms of its open ocean But I think this full open world, it's a real game changer for the series.
Yeah.
But luckily, here we have a horse.
Oh, Epona. Long time no see.
So over the last few E3s, PlayStation experiences, etc., lots of people have been getting very excited about No Man's Sky. I mean, the technology behind it is undeniably incredible.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, when you see them like show you like a planet, which is a full planet, then they pull out into a solar system and just keep going and going and going. It's really mind-blowing how big it is. Still have to see to what extent it's a good game, I think. It's fair to say. I mean, to be fair, they have started showing off some of the actual gameplay now in terms of like collecting resources and combat and so on and so forth. But I think that stuff's going to have to be good for the fact that the technology is so impressive to matter, if you see what I mean.
Well, it's a game that can theoretically last forever. Even if everyone on the planet played it for the rest of their life, we would not see all the planets. It's impossibly big.
Yeah.
But in order to kind of hold people's attention for that long, for the rest of their life, forever.
Because it will be a failure if it doesn't hold our attention for the rest of time.
Well, we need to see everything. Imagine the Platinum Trophy is like related to seeing every planet. That'd be the ultimate troll, wouldn't it?
Wow.
But yeah, it's looking good from what we've seen. I just really, really hope they confirm it for PlayStation VR because it would be a perfect fit.
Yeah, sure. We're going to get to play The Last Guardian this year.
Don't be stupid, Paul.
No, it's happening.
Stupid.
It's happening. And I think it looks really, really nice. I've still got a little concern that it might, because it's been in development so long, it might feel a bit old-fashioned in terms of its design.
It almost certainly will.
Yeah, but I'm still being positive about it. I'm remembering that this team is known for making Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, which, when they came out,
they're quite good, aren't they?
Great games. So I think it's worth being optimistic about it.
For sure. I mean, they were kind of ahead of the curve when they announced this anyway. Like the idea of having like a companion where the AI is so good that you're actually kind of teaching it and evolving with it over the course of the journey. You can call the emotion engine and Cell and all that nonsense whatever you want, but the PS3 was never up to the task of that.
No. And to be fair, AI is probably an area where people haven't done a lot of interesting things.
That's
so,
true.
you know, there's still the potential for it to feel fresh and new in that respect.
For sure.
So, yeah, hopefully it'll be as good as everybody hoped.
Well, it better be. It's been a long time coming. This is Mass Effect Andromeda. Didn't like the end to Mass Effect 3? Never mind. That's all done. Shepard's gone. Whatever. It's fine. New chapter.
Even if the ending to Mass Effect 3 had to be good, though, I think it would be time for
it still wouldn't matter. Yeah, they move on. Done. Yeah. Done. Like the original Mass Effect did such a good job in like world building and that, and its lore. It's just so strong. Like as a game, it's the weakest of the three by far, but it did a better job of establishing like a believable fantasy sci-fi universe than most sci-fi stuff does. Yeah, like outside of games.
Well, that's why it's ripe to do a new story, isn't it? Because you've got the lore, you've got the world, you've got a massive universe. So the potential's there to slot in and tell the story within that world.
Absolutely.